So we're going to start off with the eyeshadow palette right over here. We are going to do a eye makeup look, but first I want to touch up on the actual palette for you guys, okay? So this is called the Natural Love palette, and look at the actual packaging. It is so beautiful, so elegant, so soft. Definitely give me like Easter vibes when I look at it. I love the little bunny rabbits on there and the little birds. And when you actually look at this palette and feel it with your hands, it does have a 3D effect with the flowers and the writing, and it also has a different finish to it. It has kind of like a velvet finish. You actually feel the material on those letters and on the flowers. You have a really great size mirror, but then look at these eyeshadows. I think that they are absolutely beautiful. You have very nice light shades, tons of little pinky purpley toned shades, and then you have your deeper shades on the other side. It's definitely diverse in terms of creating daytime looks and nighttime looks. I like that, but it is your traditional neutral colors in this palette right here. So it's great for the everyday woman, I find, because I can see myself creating tons of looks that are going to be appropriate for night and day, like I said. And overall, I think the color selection is definitely up my alley. I like it a lot. Now, I did go ahead and swatch the matte shades for you guys, and let me be honest, when I swatched it, I haven't blended it out or put it on my eyes at all, but when I swatched it, they were very smooth, very buttery to the touch, and they just glided on. The swatches were beautiful. Now I swatched a couple of the shimmer shades. There are a lot of shimmer shades in here, so I didn't swatch all of them, but I think I'm gonna have a blog post on this. I am working on my upcoming blog. You guys stay tuned. But the colors that I swatched were gorgeous. Pigmentation was there, very smooth, and just the opaqueness of the colors, okay? The colors were really, really beautiful. Now, I do feel like there's about 3 to 4 formulas of eyeshadows in this palette. You have your traditional matte shades that I did go ahead and swatch, and then you have shades like this one right here, which is called Fairy Tale or Don't Settle. These have more of a chunky, glittery effect to them. Now I'm going to quickly touch up on the highlighters, which everyone is extremely excited about. Trust me, I was so excited to receive this in the mail, and a huge thank you to Too Faced for this. But oh my gosh, if they are anything like the highlight from the Sweet Peach collection, that one is a gorgeous, very kind of dry texture, but gives so much glow. It almost gives you like a wet glow. So I'm hoping that these kind of have that similar effect to them. But let's talk about the packaging. It is so pretty, like so romantic, so cute. Like this displayed on your vanity again is going to look gorgeous. I like how compact it is, so it's going to be very easy to store also. And then when you open it up, like, come on guys, come on. Too Faced doesn't play when they really think out the packaging and how they're going to do this product. This is absolutely beautiful. I love the pattern effect on there, and I like that this is a 3D kind of effect to the highlight shade. It's not your traditional flat powder highlight. It is a 3D effect. There are 3 different highlights that they went ahead and released. I don't know if they're planning on bringing out more, but originally they brought out the 3 highlights that I have here in my hand, okay? So we're going to start off with this one over here. This is called Ray of Light, and it is a beautiful, beautiful highlight. This is like a pinky, kind of like rose gold shade, gorgeous. I did have to do 2 layers for the camera to truly pick it up, but in person it is quite pigmented. These, when you swatch them, they don't have a powdery fallout kind of effect to them. They do have more of a little bit of a drier consistency, not as dry as the one in the Sweet Peach palette, but kind of getting towards there, okay? So you're not going to get a bunch of kickback from this powder whatsoever. When you do swatch it, it's very, very smooth to the touch, and the pattern still stays intact, okay? I've swatched it a couple of times, and yeah, they are really, really pretty. This is called You Light Up My Life, and this is a true gold shade with a nice bronzy undertone. Medium to deeper skin tones are going to love this shade. And then the last shade that they came out with, it's called Blinded by the Light, and this is your pinky champagne shade. Definitely more white based, and very, very pretty, and a lot of impact with this color. This one's definitely geared to more medium to light skin tones, and it's beautiful. I find that they're all really beautiful. I like the color selection. There's a little bit for everyone, and overall, just like initial launch, I think they really did a good job. So now I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in because I want to try out the palette itself. Here it is. Very, very pretty. Oh my god, I'm excited. Okay, so to start off, I'm just going to neutralize my eyelids and prime them. I'm going to be using my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, which is what I have on my face. Everything else that I have on my face, like blush and bronzer, I will link it in the description box for you guys. This is my Morphe Beauty Sponge. I like to use concealer because it literally just like neutralizes the lids and takes away any kind of discoloration, veins, that kind of stuff, any redness. I'm going to mix these two shades right over here just to kind of set my concealer. And I'm trying to find a clean brush. All my brushes are dirty, girl. So I'm using my MAC 217 brush, just dipping into that. So there is a little bit of kickback from the powder. I just want you guys to see that right there. There's a little bit of kickback, but nothing too overwhelming. And I'm gonna mix that in with the lighter shade and just kind of go over my eyelids. So yeah, do you guys see like the pigmentation for sure? And it's not skipping, it's not patchy whatsoever. It is covering that concealer really nicely. I'm actually gonna take that all the way to the eyebrows now that I have less product. So now I'm going to go in with the color Nude. So it's this shade right over here. It's like a taupey matte shade, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade, okay? So this one definitely has a lot of fallout, and I'm just going to work that in the crease area. Now, just to deepen up the crease a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and grab the color Makeup and Chill right over here. It has a little bit more of a warmer tone to it. So now for a shimmer shade all over the lids, I'm going to grab, oh, there's so many really pretty shades in here, but I'm going to grab the color Dear Fairy right over here. And just with my finger, I normally apply lid shades with my finger. I just find it works out the best. There is the shade. Look at that. Very beautiful color right there. And I'm just going to apply. Okay. So it looked a lot more intense on my fingers and then it applied on my eyes. To be honest, it's a little bit more subtle than what I was anticipating, because like when you grab it, do you see how it reflects really nicely? But I'm going to grab my Morphe M412 brush, and I'm going to tap into this dark shade right here, the black, the matte black. It's called Stiletto, and just taking a little bit of that. And I'm just going to press it on the outer half of my lids just to intensify that look a little bit. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of my NYX liquid liner, the matte one, and I'm just going to create a little wing with that. So guys, my final conclusion on the eyeshadow palette is that it's a really good eyeshadow palette, definitely a collector's item. If you love Too Faced, if you love collecting palettes, you're going to really enjoy this one. Like I said, there are different formulas in there, so keep that in mind. It's not all going to swatch exactly the same and go on the eyelids exactly the same. But in terms of like pigmentation and blendability, which is the most important, I see it in this palette for sure. Everything glided on really nicely, everything blended out out really well, especially the matte shades, which I'm super surprised. The matte shades are gorgeous. And overall, I definitely think that the palette itself is pretty good and performed really well on my eyes. So now we're gonna try out the highlights, and I've already swatched them so you guys have seen what they look like. I'm actually going to try out these two shades right here. I'm gonna try this one and then put this one on top. So I'm gonna do Ray of Light just to see how they perform and how glossy they are on the actual face. And to highlight, I'm going to be using my Morphe. This is the M501. It's the highlight brush that I've been using pretty much like for forever since I got it. So you do pick up quite a lot of product when I went in there. Tiny little bit of kickback, not much whatsoever. But there you see, it does have pretty good pigmentation, okay? So now we're just going to go ahead and... Okay. Oh, that is pretty. I don't see glitter chunks at all. It's not a high sheen. It's more like lit from within kind of glow. I don't know if you guys are picking that up with the light. I really do hope so. But yeah, it gives you like a glow from within, a very soft glow. Beautiful on brides, I would say. This is definitely like a bridal kind of highlight. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. It's just not what we're used to. Right now, we're used to that high impact shine. This is more like an everyday kind of glow. You know what I mean? So let's try it on this side while the camera is there. Oh yeah, you guys definitely see that with the camera. See, it's very soft, but it's definitely giving me a glow. I'm going to add a little bit of Blinded by the Light on top just to see how well they layer. And I'm taking the other side. I did clean off my brush. Again, picks up a lot of product, tapping the excess off. And I'm gonna go right here. Oh yeah, this is definitely more of a high shine for sure because it's more white based on my skin, right? It's going to impact more. But there you guys have it. It does build up pretty nicely. I'm just going to put it right here. Very pretty. And it doesn't look ashy. The way I can tell if a highlight's going to look ashy on me is if I look straight. If you see like a strip of something here, it looks ashy, but not at all. They mixed it really well together and gave you this gorgeous glow right over here. And even though I do have lights in person, the glow is pretty much the same as what you guys are seeing on camera. And it's building up really well. So you can definitely like intensify the highlight if you want. And you can always use some Fix Plus spray to intensify it. But I think for every day, this is gorgeous. This is really, really pretty. I would definitely use this on a regular basis. And again, for bridal work, this is absolutely stunning. I'm going to actually use that same shade to go on my nose. That's pretty. I'm just going to look really close because I want to see if it's picking up on texture. And I don't see that at all. It still looks very smooth on the skin. And the more I blend it, it's not taking away products. It's actually just like smoothing it out. But no texture on the skin whatsoever. There are tiny, the smallest amount of little gold reflexes that I'm seeing, but it looks so pleasant on the skin. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. My nose is where I can see if the highlight's going to pick up texture, and I don't see any of that, okay? I'm gonna even grab it with my finger and dab a little bit here. Yeah, it's not picking up on any texture whatsoever. It's actually going on very, very smooth, not powdery at all. I like it. I actually really, really like it. This is beautiful. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. Yeah, it's gorgeous. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed and it was super informative. I really hope that I got to break down the products as much as I could and give you the most information that I could. When I sit down and do these reviews, I really want to grab your attention and let you guys know something informative. I don't want to sit down and just glorify a product, and I don't want to just sit down and completely bash a product. I want to give you the exact, you know, perfect review and just give you guys the real honest truth about anything that I get. And you guys know on my channel, when it comes to bashing a product, that's just not what I do. You will probably never see me do a review that is completely bad, because I don't feel like it's okay for me to come on here and grab a product that a company has spent so much effort in creating and just completely destroy it. So if I do not like something, you won't see it on my channel. If you see me haul it and I really don't talk about it at all, probably means it didn't work out for me. But when something does work out, I will get on here and tell you guys the truth. And if there are cons, I will give you that too, but it's definitely going to be a pros and cons kind of video. That's just my style of reviewing products. So all in all, I do like the products. I love the way they performed, and they held up to the expectations that I had for them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely leave me your feedback down below and let me know what you'd like to see next on the channel. Please, 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 please don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. Thumbs up this video, share it with any makeup lovers, and I will see you all on the next one. Ciao!